Really? So there we go. All right. Like at all?
What? Yeah.
Oh, the inner thing's doing the thing again. Try unplugging it. Got a little jam going on there. What's up, boys? How's it going?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can hear yourself, it's all good. We can kind of just trade off. And
Okay.
You can't hear me?
Nope.
Oh, I'm playing over you right now.
I have 1 year old.
That's what it's about. Those little bends right there. What's up, guys? How's it going? So yeah, if you missed the first Pete farts there, our in-ear mix totally decided to screw off, and we couldn't actually hear each other there. So I would say that was actually not too bad.
Sounded good from here anyway.
Yeah. That sounds good because you couldn't hear me. Are you hearing any of this?
I got nothing.
You can try just resetting it again, Manny. I don't mind turning it off. Like it's all good. How's everyone doing tonight? What's up, Mark? Oh yeah,
London.
Did you work with Mark at Pemina?
Mark No, just kidding. Hey, Mark.
Oh, who? Who's that? The guy that hooks us up all the time.
goat.
Whenever we need anything. Luke, what's up, dude? Daniel, what's up? How you doing, man? We're actually gonna be playing your. I picked out your telly to play tonight because I gotta do some country learning. I need to do it on a telly and not a Strat because I just gravitate to this guitar for everything now. So it's kind of like cheating. I need to like put myself in a situation where
It's so nice.
You got to play it for the first time tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I need to sell my guitars and just get one of those now.
It was funny because like I talk about this with Derek all the time, and like literally anyone who's played these and like knows how cool they are. It's like, man, like I never thought that Schecter would make my favorite Strat.
Right.
It's like definitely could see them making some of my favorite high-end guitars, and they have. Do you hear that?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, thanks, Manny.
The goat.
Thanks, Alex. You guys are the best. Okay, we got sound now. It sounds all the same to you guys out there, but Brad can hear me now. Yeah. Schecter's always made some of my favorite high gain guitars, but yeah, I remember the first time trying. It actually was this one at Summer NAMM a couple of years ago, and it's just like, dude, like the neck is just like, I don't know, it's just so there, you know.
Like I've always been a big fan of like maple necks.
Yeah.
And like the unfinished back of it.
Yeah.
But there's something. It literally fits perfectly in anybody's hands, I feel.
And that's the thing, like Bo played it too, and he's like, man, this is like my favorite guitar. It's like anyone, it's fast, but it is like classic enough, you know, and I think that's the thing. It's not like super flat. And
Is it like a modern C?
It's close. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like they probably couldn't get away with directly copying that or calling it that, but it feels very much like an older like American standard neck.
Right.
But it's like shape wise, but with the Wenge thing going on. Like it's a Wenge neck, which I believe is like in the same territory as maple in terms of like properties, like tonal properties. But what do you usually gravitate to? Like a maple? I guess probably snappier, like.
Well, I guess as a country player,
Yes. Yep.
I feel that there isn't really much of a big difference, I guess, when it comes to like that genre. Like
Totally.
I'm just big on the bolt-on neck. Like that's what I
for
gravitate towards.
serviceability and
Yeah.
when you're traveling and playing gigs and you get a neck through with a problem, it's just like, oh, frick.
that is not fun.
Yeah, totally. How's everyone's Wednesday? I like checking in. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Oh, Sean Tubbs is here.
I know.
Get
As soon as I read that, I'm like,
Brad's like, oh no.
oh god.
So Sean, Brad is a real guitar player. I'm not, because he plays with feel. I guess let's introduce you, man. Like, so we made a post about Brad earlier this week, and Brad's new to Rev, kind of. And when I say kind of, I guess like you have probably one of the earliest 740s that was made, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been like with Rev for a while, but you just actually started working for Rev a few months back. What's your history with? Was it with Derek that you knew? Did you know Derek before, like, kind of getting involved with this, or?
Yeah, started chatting with Derek in oh man, like 2015, I think.
I was gonna say like it would have been you got yours like I guess I got my Mark 1 like big guy like the 120 in 2015, so it must have been around then because that was when they started cranking the 740s out.
Yes, because I know I had contacted Derek, I guess, in half, like basically we're playing with a couple artists from Toronto.
Yeah,
we're doing a video shoot, and it's
with which artist?
One was Nicole Ray.
Cool.
She's a fantastic female vocalist, country, and
yeah,
I forgot the other gentleman's name. I apologize, but
he's watching.
Yeah, he's definitely watching this live stream.
He's 100% watching us.
But I just thought because I knew a good friend of mine, probably yours too, Brennan Wall.
Oh, totally. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
He was talking about the 740 and all that kind of stuff. I was like,
awesome.
Definitely. And then Derek, we reached out to each other, and
yeah,
I had the Gen 120, the Generate 120, all white.
At first.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was probably so massive for what you were doing.
It was so massive.
And it was like the Mark 1 too, where it literally was like 60 pounds, like just a head, you know?
It was ridiculous.
Like before we had figured out ergonomics.
But I definitely kind of like ask Brad if he can still squeal on a telly.
Garrett, what's up, dude? I used to
any day.
I've known Garrett forever. I guess you guys have known each other too, eh? Like,
oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Very good friend of mine.
Garrett's a good player too, man. What's up, dude? How's it going?
But yeah, I mean, it's and I used that. It was actually at Cowboys for a video shoot, and it was just like,
oh man.
And then we played the show afterwards, like after the video shoot, and it's like, you know, everyone's like, "What are you playing?"
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, the lights and stuff with the big oval logo at the time was probably like so different. Yeah, dude, Cowboys is still kicking.
Yeah,
like
man,
out of everything that's changed, like Cowboys is still going, man.
It survived, man.
Yeah,
it's
I just remember like when everyone in high school became legal age, that was where we went because it was like in the south end of town, and it's like just
I lived there, man.
Just a mess of times. What does the 7 and 740 mean? It's 7 or 40 watts. So the 120s go from 120 watts to 10. The 740s go from 40 to 7. And I think we were talking about maybe doing like on the different new iteration, whatever becomes of the new 740, perhaps giving it a little more power. I don't know. We'd love to hear what you guys think. But Ice One, you watching the hockey game? Or is it, I don't even know. I feel I'm gonna feel stupid. I just see ice and think it's hockey. It's probably soccer or something.
Oh, Derek. Brent. That maybe.
It might have been through Brent, yeah, because Brent's been around for like Derek and Brent have known each other,
of course,
like, forever. But Brent's been around too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like we got involved around the same time.
Brent was in a mix for sure in my storyline with Derek.
Yeah, and I feel like he got Spencer Priest involved too, like Spencer at the time, because Brent was playing in Essentials with him. And, yeah, man, that was crazy. I remember, like there was the local show where like Spencer had his Mark 100R, and that was like just when I had got mine, like when everything was just starting out with it. And it was cool. Like from the get go, there was like the metal guys and then the country guys, and I feel like those were like we've expanded to fill out a lot of the space in between that. But like, yeah, Brent has one of the first 120s ever built. Nice. I think I have number 3. I think Ryan Forsyth has the prototype, and then Brent has one of the Cool, man. A bit of history. So yeah, you've been. I guess with Rev for a while, and for anyone who's not from Manitoba, we do have Manitoba Country Music Awards because we're a real place and have awards. And Brad actually was nominated for 2 awards and 1 Specialty Musician of the Year. So you also play fiddle.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, which is great. And I actually knew you through Logan Picton, mostly as a fiddle player before that, which is cool. Mm-hmm. So who kind of like... who are you playing with now, and like over the years, kind of like what's been your kind of journey through like the country scene in Manitoba, like playing with different artists and stuff like that?
Well, I guess I've been playing fiddle for like 21 years. I'm kind of scared to say that. It seems like a long time.
Yeah, dude.
And
this kind of too. It's like I've been playing guitar for 20 years.
It's crazy, hey?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Let's not talk about
no, not about age.
Going.
I'm turning 30 in a couple months.
I got you beat.
I'm sad now. Anyways,
it's just a number, man.
I know. I feel like when I was like 21, I was real not stoked about it, and now I'm just like, whatever. I'm always just gonna feel like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get into a whole conversation about
totally about life.
Yeah.
But like through like I've always kind of been before we were like acquaintances, like aware of what you were doing and like playing with people. So yeah, like what was your kind of like, where did you start and how did you kind of lead up to that? Like whether that's like through artists or just, in terms of your journey with playing.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
I am French Métis, so I kind of got that
Yeah.
feel for music.
The fiddle thing too.
Yeah,
eh?
like my
Fred-
dad showed me.
Yeah.
I remember taking rides and like it's so classic. The back roads, like
Yeah.
in the country,
The
and
dirt
it's like-
roads.
yeah,
Yeah.
chilling on a dirt road. You know what I mean?
Shipping up the paint on your car.
Yeah, and then basically showed me fiddle music, and it showed me how to hold it. Like nobody in my family's a musician.
Oh, really?
There was talks that like a great grandfather or someone was like played fiddle,
Right.
which is who
Yeah.
knows. I guess in those times everyone played something, but
Yeah.
went to bass after that. And then I went to. I know it's a pretty. Of course, I'm telling this on live stream here, but I jumped to guitar to kind of like prove to somebody that I can be better than them.
They could. Oh, dude.
That's terrible. Like that's because I was playing bass and
Well, no, dude. Like it's funny because like as a young musician, you kind of go through those trials of like wanting to prove that you're worth it. Like as a musician, and it's funny because I feel like as you age, in general with life, but especially as a musician, you care less about that. And as
Yeah.
a young musician, you really want to make an impression. So that's that's not a crazy thought.
not really. I guess
No, like I always
but
do that.
I tell it,
dude. It's like
totally.
yeah, it's like I'd see something. It's like I could fucking do that. Like
Yeah.
well, why am I? And, you make it about that. And
But that's where I went into like
Sean, I've been playing fiddle for 0 years.
no better time to start, Sean.
Yeah, yeah, we'll get him to
Zoom
teach you
lessons,
something.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
We can swap.
Yeah, you can
but-
school us on everything else.
Yeah.
and then Brad can teach you fiddle. Yeah.
But yeah, I started with hard rock, metal music on guitar,
Nice.
and I've
Want
done
to
that.
come
did
out
that for
blazing,
years.
playing fast.
Yeah,
That's what I did too, man. Just want to play.
yeah, and then being in country music, playing bass for country artists and everything at
Yeah.
a younger age, I guess, and
Yep.
then went to guitar, and then basically I was doing both, more like guitar and fiddle, I guess.
Yep.
And then got into the whole cover band thing,
Yeah.
mostly country stuff, and then got playing with bigger artists and stuff like that. And I was with, I guess, I had a peak where I stepped into the bigger scene or a bigger level, I guess, whatever, with an artist called, her name is Kendra Kay.
Yeah, and that's who you're still playing with, Kendra.
No, basically, I guess we parted ways.
Yeah.
And it's, people move on, time moves on, right? And
Totally. But
explore.
Troy, your cousin, is playing with her.
Yes.
Okay, that was where I got
And
that mixed
he
up. I was
actually
like,
won Guitar Player of the Year, which is kind of crazy. And I'm
That's-
so pumped for him.
that's
It's,
sick, man. Both of you guys just killing it. I didn't know you were cousins, and then you mentioned that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. My dad does a lot of work for Troy, and yeah, he's a great player. So
Yeah, it was really nice to see him kind of grow up as a musician.
totally, yeah, you kind of see their journey too.
Because you can ask him, like, he always come to like the socials we play and like watch us play all the time, and then just
Sorry,
kind of
for anyone who
from that-
doesn't live in Manitoba,
Yes.
a social is like a wedding fundraiser at a community center where everyone gets super wasted.
Or cabaret, I guess, if you're in Saskatchewan or
Oh,
something.
there we go. We got the crack. Oh yeah, you haven't experienced that yet.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah, and because people in Manitoba are cheap and don't want to pay for their own weddings, they have these things called socials, which is basically where you rent out a community center and sell tickets and get door prizes, and everyone comes and hangs out and has fun. There's live music, and it basically goes to fund supporting a wedding. So Travis Rintoul, I know that name. Do you know Travis?
I do know Travis.
That's awesome. I was gonna say I don't know if we met, but I know that name. Travis is a player as well.
He's a guitar player and a vocalist, and he's fantastic at both.
Sweet,
as well.
dude.
Like,
You brought your whole crowd tonight. That's sick.
yeah, it's awesome to see everybody.
Cool, man.
But yeah, that's pretty much. I played with her for like almost 7 years in band. I was the band leader,
Nice.
lead guitar player, and then now I'm just just kind of floating around and doing session work. I'm also an audio engineer, so
Nice,
in
yeah,
between
that's
doing
cool, man.
albums. So
We can talk a bit about how you approach that type of stuff too, because like I feel like with like a lot of what goes into country or like stylistically or everything is it's very 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 much just about feel, and like I don't want to say simplicity because it's not, but at the same time a lot of the roots in terms of your tone and your feel and everything really are not a step back in terms of like the ability to play it, but just in terms of like what you play, you really have to find that pocket and like kind of subdue yourself. And I feel like the approach to like sonically engineering that type of music or like recording that too is just very different than what I'm used to. So it's kind of cool. Like even when we were down up, warming up here, it's like you'll play a thing where it's just like this little bendy lick or whatever. Just like, man, like that just doesn't sound like how I can play. Like it's such a different style. Like, and it's very expressive. Cody, what's up, dude? How's it going? Cody Wozniak. Cody plays with tons of people. He plays with Ariel Poston. We gig together with the Big City All-Star Band, Dirty Catfish Brass Band as well.
Yep.
We just saw on last Friday at the Park Theater. It's great to get up
I heard
to
that
the
was a
show.
sick show.
It was killer, man. I had a few drinks, so I was kind of flying around, but it
Even
was
better.
It was great, man. Yeah, we were hanging out. It's just nice to get out. And one of my wife's good friends, I don't know if I told you this, Cody, but Matt Walden is like one of Danielle's best friend's boyfriend. So. He's one of the trumpet players in that band, so it was cool just to get out with some friends and experience all that. So
yeah,
nice to get back out in the environment. It's weird, man. It's fucking sweet.
The adjust period, eh?
Yeah,
like,
play the fiddle. He wants you to like plug it in and like plug the fiddle.
I thought of bringing it tonight.
Yeah, you got to pick up in it and like plug it in. And
I have usually I travel with like an acoustic fiddle with a pickup on it, and then also I played for 12 years. Yamaha made an awesome silent violin, is what they call it.
Oh yeah.
And so it's basically a skeleton body,
but with a pickup.
with it's an electric. It's silent too, so it's like an electric guitar.
Right.
So
That's cool.
It's pretty gnarly, man.
Yeah, I remember there was a dude who actually entered one of the Rev contests, which was cool. This guy named Dale Brown, who taught at Quest. I don't know if you know Dale, but he has like a custom 7-string violin that's strung like a 7-string guitar with like a low B on it, and we got him to plug it into like an angle. And it was just it was crazy because like when you go with the bow, it's like constant pick attack, right? So it was just like it was so aggressive.
I know close friend of mine, Michael Audette, who also plays with Kendrick A. And
I've seen Michael play quite a bit. Yeah, he's great.
He's I guess he's endorsed with a company out of Europe. I forgot what they're called, but he just recently got a I'm pretty sure it's a 6 or 7 string. And I played it. I literally could not play. Dude. I felt like I was just learning how to play fiddle again.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Like a lot of muscle memory too, and like even switching tunings on guitar sometimes too. It's just like what you gravitate to. It's just not the same. So
oh yeah.
Cool. So yeah, I guess we can play some stuff. Like so I guess there's like the philosophy in terms of tone is quite different than what I'm used to, and also just in general, like I feel like a lot of it is again not based off of simplicity in like a way that is stepping back, but just a way where a lot of it is just your natural sound.
Yeah.
So for like I don't know, like when I say like a rhythm or lead tone, like what would you gravitate to for like kind of just like a country rhythm tone? Like, do you have a preference in like pickups, guitar, any of that type of stuff, or?
Honestly, like kind of growing up in music and country music or metal, like I wasn't a big giant gearhead. Yeah. So like my telly has like stock pickups.
Just keep it
my
nice
PRS
and simple.
has the 8115s. Like it's simple. Like I was telling Sam earlier, seeing this board in front of me, which isn't mine.
It's Derek's.
It's a lot.
Derek's rig.
This is a pretty bougie.
Pretty bougie rig
here.
Yeah.
And like if you look at mine at home, or I should say my old setup, I was running, volume pedal, tuner, compressor.
So those would be kind of your essentials, I guess.
Literally, you could play a gig with a compressor, tuner.
Yeah.
Into
like
a nice clean
into
amp.
like a Fender or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's super cliche. It's like, hey, gotta play Fender amps. But
Oh, sorry. I saw someone ask as well. We're playing D20s tonight. I figured that would be because I feel like that's another thing too. Like with this type of sound and style, a lot of it is kind of just building on a nice platform. Mm-hmm. Which with the generators, obviously everything's in there, but I feel like if you're not using a model or some other thing, it's generally like a fairly clean amp that is just voiced in a way that you can shape it going into the front end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Just show me what you're rocking here. So right now we got. I guess it's funny we put the Klon away because it was so noisy, but like kind of like a mid-gainy kind of drive and a compressor and a nice clean channel.
Yeah, I know a lot of guys will play with just like a nice breakup. What?
Oh Lord, have you plugged into Derek's board? Yikes, Sean, you haven't even seen it.
Derek, I swear I'm like playing better because I'm plugged into your gear here, man. I'm like not even kidding.
You just got to turn them all on. That's the Derek sound. Just turn every pedal on.
But honestly, I even forgot where I was.
Just kind of what just kind of your staples for like a nice rhythm tone or something.
Yeah, like I said, just man, a compressor. I mean, it depends on the compressor too.
Yeah, I've got the Ego rocking right now, the Wampler, which is nice. I like having a wet-dry blend on the compressor.
The blend is killer.
Yeah,
like I love that option.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, that's where I was at. Like I know some guys like to play with just a bit of a top end breakup.
Yep.
just a nice little bite. And even the older country guys will play with that usually. So I never really play with a completely clean amp.
Because you can back it off because you're not using a lot of gating or anything like
No,
that, right?
exactly.
So if you want to get a super crystal clear clean, especially with the volume pedal, you could do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm not even sure if I think we pulled it out.
The Klon.
No, on here.
Oh,
Is it in or-
yeah. So Derek can definitely attest to this. I find just using the push pull on the D20, like having it pulled out and even dialing the gain back, but just having a little bit of that edge for when you want to push it, it stacks really nicely.
Yeah, I mean it's
Oh, dude,
it's
yeah.
just that little. And it's just
Those
a nice
bends.
little bite to it.
Just play a couple things, man. Yeah, that sounds great. Dude, yeah. So that, like compression wise, it seems to me like there's a decent amount of sustain on there. Like how do you like when I'm running compression, I generally find it very like I use it just to even stuff out. But I feel like with that sound, the way that you dial that is really dictates a lot of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty a subjective thing.
Yeah. What do you
in music.
enjoy?
What's that?
What do you enjoy? Like, do you like it a little more squishy or?
Right now, because I guess I'm just trying to go for that, that Nashville chicken pick snap. I guess.
Grab a telly actually.
Yeah, man.
Kind of compare this, see if I can.
But essentially, if I'm like my actual live rig, I'll probably have the blend at noon. Like I'll just have a nice
Keep it
blend
nice
to
and
it,
even.
and I won't squeeze too much. But
Because you'll lose when you do want to just
yeah, you don't
strum-
want to
strum
lose
it up.
all your transients.
Yeah.
Lose all your dynamics. But
Yeah.
I know half the battle is in your fingers.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
And I can hear it in the way that you play is like you know what you want it to sound like, and
Yeah.
and that's a big thing for sure.
A lot of that control, like if
Yeah.
I can just play an A chord with a pick,
Yeah.
it obviously gives more of a natural push. You can actually hear that bite
Yeah, it's jangly.
compared to fingers. Like
Dude, that sounds so good.
So,
I can't do that at all. Frick.
man,
So
you
you-
play something that I like. It's so weird because I was
Different-
telling my family.
Different players, man.
Exactly.
Like, different styles. And like you play that and it's like, dude, I could never make that sound like that. Like
I was showing my spouse Jamie. I was like, it's like, yeah, I'm going on the stream with my buddy Sam, and I kind of pulled up your Instagram and I showed her, and she's like, oh wow. I was like, calm down. Okay? It's like, I know I'm already nervous enough to sit with Sam and jam with him.
dude, not at all. It's just
Like,
different.
good
Like,
luck. I'm like,
but even this like getting that so you're just running literally like where's your gain at? You got her about 11 o'clock. That's where Derek
11?
was saying to run it to actually about 11.
it's perfect. Like,
What does this say? That's killer. I've enjoyed the gain pull to run low. Yeah, totally. And you can do this like right, like and not having to get a drive in front of that to push it is great. I feel like the dynamic sensitivity is a big part of that sound. Double stops.
yeah, man. Sounds
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So good.
So you're just that's all it is. All you're doing right now is just compression into that.
Literally, that's it. And like, yeah, nothing else is on. I have it just like we set the reverb just to weten up the signal a little bit.
Can you play Every Rose Has Its Thorn? Do you know that? Isn't that Poison?
That is Poison.
That's not on topic. I don't know any Poison. Now that I'm
I
thinking
know it's
about
in
it,
G.
yeah.
That's as far as I'm gonna get.
There's a G chord in there, Derek. Cool. Yeah, no, it's funny because like I'm as you were saying, like you prefer just like really simple stock single coil pickups, and like these have the Fishmans, which sound great, but there is certainly a different versus. Yeah, there's a certain rawness to that, which is nice. Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
is
close, though.
It is, but that has a lot of like just that natural kind of thunk.
Yeah.
Like, which I think is important. Like, you kind of want a little more of that baritone that you can build on, and like just have that natural kind of squawk is nice, as opposed to just getting everything boosted. Like, I love the sound of the Fishmans, but for this specific tone,
Yeah.
it's almost nice to have less. That's why I really like this, is because this Schecter, I'm pointing at the Nick Johnson Strat, has super super low output pickups, which is great because you can just stack on it and build on it, and nothing is ever too much from the source. Which to give Brad the Bluesman. Yeah, let's do it. Grab. Actually, it's right there. I'll grab it. That guy right there, Manny. That blue one. I want to hear how it sounds versus. So just as an experiment, let's hear how this sounds versus like the classic Telly pickups. Yeah. See how she goes. So we're gonna put you on the spot already. Thanks, Manny. Let's just hit the volume pedal and you'll be good. Yeah. I don't know how in tune this is, but have you played this guitar?
I have not.
It's a really nice Telly. We've had this one.
I can feel the neck.
Oh yeah, she's chunky. You might want to give her a tune. I don't know how in tune it's gonna be. But this one.
Stretch my hand for this neck here.
It's different, eh? Like you can just layer down there, Manny. Don't use those; those will fall out. You can layer down there. It's fine.
I think it's a tune.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh no, it's in your hands for sure.
Oh, it's the neck. It's like throwing me off big time.
It's so big, eh? So do you prefer more of like the modern C type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like not like super chunk time. That sounds really good, man.
I feel this one has like super nice bite.
I'm using the EB Rooster here as well. So yeah, as far as that type of tone, so for a lead tone, what like that's another thing too is I'm used to having a fairly saturated lead tone where I can hit something and generally have it be pronounced the same way.
Yep.
Whereas I feel like these types of tones are not super high gain for lead tones and are very much reliant on that finger tone. It's not like you can just kind of like hit the gain on it and have it compensate for your tone, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's very bare and it's very exposing, and a lot of it does come from your finger tone.
I was gonna say it's really revealing.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And that's why even like playing like the that wasn't like a great run or anything, but like even then it's like if I make a mistake at all, it's right there.
Oh yeah,
like right in your face. Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like I've never been like a speed player. You know, you're kind of mentioning like pocket playing.
Yeah,
and country is like massively pocket.
Yes, yeah, totally.
You know, when you got to come out for a little lead lick, or you know, having everyone just sit in that pocket, and it just makes the show.
It's
makes
the
sound,
space.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
For me, like if I'm doing leads, what was nice with my 740, you know, I would just switch it to the red channel,
and it's there,
and it's literally like
because
I put the contour on and the fat switch on.
Yeah.
Man, like literally, I would hang on a note for like 10 seconds, just like
just wailing.
Literally,
It's funny. I've come to appreciate using the bass and like the scoop and the contour because I don't know, there's something
it
about
does a lot, man.
Yeah,
like
100%.
The contour, like I find it opens it up just enough and gives it like an extra bite.
Yeah,
to it.
That's exactly
which is
it.
so nice. Like
just like that little mid range.
Yeah, it almost kind of feels like for your audio guys out there, it feels almost like that like 1K bite.
Yep.
Ish.
Totally. Yeah,
which is super nice.
Just kind of that natural frequency. I like everyone saying bye Pooh because Pooh Ninja's leaving. I told you, he's a legend. He's there all the time. Sweet. So yeah, I don't know, like in terms of like pocket, like I know it's like a hard thing to say. Give me an example of that, but like a lot of it comes down to like, you know, it's not like a lot of the riffs are really that complex in terms of the riff. It really is about the feel. In terms of rhythm playing, like what's kind of, I'm not gonna say like playing like a staple lick because I know all the songs are different, but like could you show kind of like an example of that I could try to emulate? Because I feel like my pocket is different for sure, so it would be cool to try that.
Hey Manny, do you mind give me the? I love this guitar, by the way.
give him his friggin' guitar back. On my guitar. Tucker Guitars. Sweet. Got it.
Oh, thanks, man. I know it's an overplayed song, like big time. It would have to be like any Johnny Cash song. And it becomes like percussive.
100%.
Like a pocket percussive thing where, you know, if you kind of like a.
But it's like the rhythm is. You're not just doing
it's like a train. Man.
You're not just doing like. You're not just
no.
You're not just doing like.
It's like. Oh my god. Yeah, man. Like yeah. I'm almost like basically.
Dude, that's so hard for me to do.
It's almost like a harmonic on that.
Yeah.
Like a choke. It probably looks ridiculous what we're doing right now. Just doing
No,
this,
no,
but
but that's like that's a huge part of it is the feel, man, and that's the thing. That's what I was saying going into this. It's like it's doing so much more with so much more little. Like when I was saying, it's simplifying it. Again, it's not in a sense of dumbing it down, but it's just a sense of doing a lot more with a lot less and allowing it to like sit.
It's kind of weird because like I almost kind of, I've talked to violinists that play with the WSO because when I used to work at Long McQuaid, basically it's almost the same thing when a violinist plays a fiddle tune, and if I was going to try play a piece. It wouldn't be good.
No, it's different.
And it's just like it's a whole new technique, same instrument, but it's literally
100%. It's like a totally different sound. So
and it's little runs like.
Yeah,
this it's so pocket. Like you can't really go crazy.
No, and in being in sync with everyone else too. Like there's a certain aspect of like the on the fly kind of thing where it's like you kind of have to just fall into the feel of what's happening. You're not like a lot of like bigger country acts obviously are playing to like a click, but it's not like you're using a lot of like tracks to make your sound or anything. Like a lot of it is falling into that groove.
Yeah,
you
definitely rely on your drummer and your bass player.
Yeah, a lot.
I know there's a lot of drummer and bass player jokes out there, but
oh no.
When you play with the right people,
no, dude. Like, and I will
makes a difference.
I will always say, like, I will watch a good drummer any day over watching a good guitar player. Like, it's
weird. I'm the
so
same way,
fun
man.
to watch, man.
It's really weird that you say that. Like, even when I mix, drums. I love mixing drums. I love watching drummers. It's just like
like approaching it from the way that they're. Well, Manny knows. Derek Trucks, I guess he's kind of in amongst everything. Like he's like a slide kind of like rootsy bluesy guy, but I feel like he falls into all of that. Like there's definitely a gray area between like the country stuff and the rootsy stuff and all of that. Like I feel like he could fall into all of that like real easily.
That's the beauty. It's just like so many, and that's literally music as a whole. Like it's so many subgenres of one genre.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
And people, I think what's like, people obviously get caught in that, but at the same time, the crossover is what allows new genres to develop, Yeah. Like it's pretty sweet.
It's hilarious at the shop, and it's like, oh, that must be Brad playing because it's country. And it's like,
yeah,
I play hard rock and
listen,
metal
dude,
too,
I can do it. Stop. Well, I feel like that too. It's like a lot of people, like I grew up in Winnipeg playing in metal bands, and now I don't really play a lot of metal, and I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I thought you were a metal guy. And it's like, no, not. I mean, yeah, I guess, but like, not man. Anymore. Yeah, just like I like music. I like playing different styles of music, and like as much as we can do this and learn about how to approach those different styles, and like, it's everything is
having an open mind, dude.
It's like exactly. It's like lots of sports use a ball.
Yeah,
they have different rules.
Exactly.
Like they have different shaped balls.
Boot.
Oh, there you go. Anyways, that's funny because like immediately I want to just do ding.
It's so cheesy, but you're probably gonna go home and be like, man, like you want to try and work on that. Like
my wife's gonna wake up and I'll be there in my room at 4 a.m. just
yeah.
So waiting for that prog.
It's really aggressive too, like on the pick.
Yeah.
Like I'm really like.
Is your wrist? So do you use like kind of a stiffer wrist technique, or is it more like?
Basically, it's all wrist at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm almost like almost scraping with the side of my pick.
Yeah.
Too, at the same time, which is.
Robbie, that demo was like very much like I'm intentionally gonna write a stupid heavy song. He was talking about, don't play metal, does the G8 demo. It's like, no, like that was intentionally made to just be obnoxiously heavy. So how many pick scrapes can I put in this song? Basically,
metal clean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the drop D. Do you ever use drop D? I guess so. It depends on the song, but yeah. Oh yeah. So like you're doing a lot of stuff where it's like kind of I guess like root note led
Yep.
with kind of like the chord, like that thing you were just doing. Well, I guess that's a lot of it. Yeah, like again, it comes down to the pocket thing. Like the lower register is certainly leading, and like the chordy stuff. Like, do you find? I don't know how to really phrase this question. I feel like I don't. Like a lot of the chord shapes that I gravitate to are generally like standard bar chord shapes, and a lot of the stuff that you're doing and creating melody within those chords doesn't really move a lot.
No, it's like you can generate around, like they call them the cowboy chords.
Yeah,
Like literally,
I know nothing of this, so like
it's literally how you use them.
Yeah,
in that realm kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So what was that you were just doing there? Like?
So it's literally. You can even do a hybrid pick. You can go like. So
and you gotta
really like bite.
crank on it, right? Like a lot of it is that kind of tonality.
But also like really control with your palm. Like I find I'm almost like full palm on.
Like on the string, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah. And then open up on that. There you go.
Getting the feel for it though, it's like
It's just like a roll, like a tire, man.
It's a good way to put it. Yeah, it's kind of like.
There you go. That's it.
But see, I wasn't thinking about it as much there. Like
That's half the battle,
when
man.
I was like thinking about putting it in the pocket, it's like I can't. You don't. It becomes like a part of your feel.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not consciously like I'm gonna play a little bit behind the beat on this. You know, like
It's weird you can't do it. Play it slow either, because you get messed up.
yeah, jam. Let's do it. Like even then, like I lost the feel out of it. It's so like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's friggin' nice.
That's my thing right there. I love.
Dude, this is. It's gonna like mess with me, dude, because it's like I can sit there. But like even there, I lost the feel of it. Like it's
You change the rhythm direction in there.
like the push. Like and if you like if you're pushing and then you pull,
Yeah.
or if you're pulling and then you push,
It's just like
it kind of loses it.
you can just go
Right.
back and.
Scott, incredible playing. Yeah, likewise, man. Like it feels so sick.
And it's like.
What was that? Dude, that sounds so sick. What was that? Like
Oh, that little lick.
the little lick he did. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
It's like you got to do that in the right. You got to do it like right in the
It's so weird because I've done it plenty of times where you fall out of that pocket.
I'm gonna get that. It's close, but like.
Got the gate. Turn the volume down
Yeah, like
It's
the
literally on
the
that-
little triplet rolls
there. On that
there.
block.
So what's the little triplet thing again?
We're in the D major.
Yeah.
So essentially, if we're doing that with a drop D thing, we can even just start off with a.
But you're trying to keep it like pentatonic and not
Yeah.
minor. Because as soon as it gets minor, it kind of loses that like
Yeah.
sway, you know, like and that's something I always do is I gravitate to like the minor notes.
Yeah. See, once you go to the two, like the B, you're going into like full major. Like you're like, it could be part of the run.
Right. But then it goes out of just like the 5-tone thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There, that's it.
Ah. Derek does this thing where he's like, ah.
Oh man, yeah, you can even like.
It's funny though, because like I'm kind of getting it, but like I almost feel like I can get the tonality more when I'm not using a pick, and
You guys seen it first. That was it. Stealing my licks
it's
already.
such a hard like. Ah, dude, that's fun.
Dude, you're like 98%.
Oh, it just good. Oh, I'm not. We just go to the A.
You do that octave. Yeah. Yeah. A clean squeal. That one's for Garrett if
Dude,
he's watching.
yeah, there you go. I have a rough time doing that run you're talking about with a pick. It has to be and that's what I was just saying, Derek, too. Like I'm feeling like I can get the same tonality out of it with my fingers, and I think a lot of it comes to like just literally plucking the string.
Yeah.
Whereas if I do it with the pick,
I can't even do it with a pick probably.
and I almost like try to like just pick it in a way that it feels more like I'm plucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds so good, man.
Oh, dude, not even close.
He's a country player already. Like
I tricked you. You think I'm good at it now, and I'm not. That's the point of this whole thing. I'm just gonna
a
run.
typical scale in country.
Yeah, can you talk about that for a sec? I'm gonna just pop up for 1 sec.
Typical.
Brad, typical country scale, or what do you gravitate to?
Pentatonic.
Pentatonic and
all
blues.
the way.
So what's the difference with like a blues scale and a pentatonic thing? I'll leave you with that.
To me, I'm probably completely wrong on this, but it's like the same thing. Like, let me get too back. I feel like a little kid that is getting their picture taken at school, and there's no photographer there, and I'm just sitting here waiting for my picture to be taken. So, oh, he's back already. I was just gonna explain the blues scale.
I feel like it's like there's just the two chromatic notes that are different. Like, and I think those, like I was saying before, like I feel like those chromatic notes are what give it a lot of that feel for me. Like I guess we were just in D. So B. Like those type of notes.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
essentially, if I'm going to be used on this area here.
Okay, so sorry. The Unison Bend thing, which I realize is a very common technique, but is it just like you're just like holding one note?
Yeah, it's like this one stays.
So do you have I guess you don't use a lot of guitars with trims, but like do you have to set up your trim to accommodate that? Because when you bend, will it not dip?
With my PRS, the only trouble that I have like encountered is downtuning to drop D.
Right.
That's the only thing I've ever had.
Like while you're in a set, like tuning it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very minuscule to like not even have to tune realistically.
Yeah. I feel like you could set the trim up to do it, but often with a trim, when I'm like bending, if I'm bending the low note up, the top note like dives.
Yeah.
Because you're pulling on the tension.
Let me just switch.
Yeah,
up
grab the PRS. Okay. Got it. Not quite. It sounds so different like that. So much of it is in the attack.
It's literally almost all like
All pick attack.
yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. So which PRS is this?
It's the CE24 with the bolt-on neck.
Yeah.
I believe all the CE24s are all bolt-on neck.
Yeah, which you prefer.
Big time, yeah.
Yeah. Is it mostly for just maintenance purposes?
No, it's I hate using that term as a country player.
Well, no, but is it like neck bends? Like
It's just a snap, the natural snap that like that I feel it wouldn't get on like on a through neck or.
And it's so girthy because like you're getting the whole resonance of the body, whereas with this you're almost losing a bit of that low end resonance that you would want for other things.
Yeah, so I'm like I'm on the humbuckers like, and I still get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. That's 100%. That's super like spanky.
Let me just tune up.
Yeah, go for it. Is that faded whale blue? Do you know the finish there?
Just straight up whale blue.
Of course, Anthony right away. Yes, all the CEs are bolt-ons because he knows. Derek's rooster strat. You can do double stop ends without. Really awesome. The gray one. That's at the new shop right now. So I've mentioned this a few times, but yeah, a bunch of the guitars that we have are now at the new shop, and we're working on getting the new studio set up. But that's awesome. So I guess there's something in the trim that allows that. That's awesome. We'll have to try that, Derek, and see if it'll do the boomer bends. We got to get the boomer bends t-shirts made, guys. Boomer bend shirts. Who would buy them?
I would.
Also, I know we haven't said it yet, but if anyone's here, smash that like button. That helps a lot with our reach on YouTube, and we'd love to get some people hanging out with us in here. So please smash that like button, and more people will come party with us and learn some licks like me and embarrass themselves. So, yeah.
Dude, you already you took 2 minutes and you've got that lick down already.
But I feel like the feel you develop over time, and it's like I could do it with that lick. But and that's the thing is, even then, if I'm thinking about it's like, I could do that in this style, and it's like, well, I feel like a lot of it's circumstantial. I wouldn't really anticipate the feel that I'm going to play. You kind of just have to fall into it, which is great.
Yeah, it's like instant for me. Like I think that's why I gravitate towards these kind of guitars. It's just that like.
Yeah. Anthony, we didn't find the remote. Derek, absolutely not. We literally opened another sign and put it up, and then the remote for that one stopped working. It was this LED sign. We lost the remote for it, so
I was wondering.
We can never use it. And we put another one up and lost the remote for that.
You need like one of those like tethers that like kids have on their mitts.
Yeah.
Just hang it on the.
Or just we could have just wrote numbers on them as well, but yeah. Yeah. Okay. So chords, I guess too. Like that's a pretty common. Like is like a sus type chord. Like I feel like
I don't know what it's called.
There's certain chords that when I hear it, it immediately gives me that kind of feel. Like like that was a good example of that.
Like it's a D. Like I don't know. I would call it like it's a combo. Like if I'm an A.
Oh, so you're almost doing like a B minor 7, but with over an A.
Pretty much.
So it's like a B minor 7 over A. Yeah. So it kind of gives it that like, because the A I guess would be the 7 if you're in B minor.
You could call it B minor over A.
Yeah, B minor over A. The pedal steel thing too, eh? funny, I'm going to like the classic like metalcore,
Oh, yeah.
like 159. But in drop D, like I don't really know how to approach that. Like I don't think in drop D like that.
In drop D.
Like thinking of I guess you could just. Yeah, man, it's cool. It's the same thing there, just like different kind of. Yeah, like lots of like kind of. There's a progression I was really liking. I was jamming on this earlier, and I don't know what it actually is. Like, I guess it would be kind of like a B. I guess it'd be like a D over C. I don't even know.
Like a classic descend, like from the D major.
Yeah. Whatever that chord would be, kind of like a C sharp over D minor type thing. Same with the drop D. I'm pretty sure that's actually a Dallas song. Sky Stays is Blue. That's the one with
That
the.
is, yes.
It's sorry, it's the. See if I can get it here. Something like that. Oh man, that's a fun riff actually. Yeah.
And that's literally just another version or a subgenre of country. Like
yeah.
That's and
like,
it's
like kind of rock, like the country rock.
so
type
respectable,
thing.
man. Like it's,
Yeah, and we were talking about this earlier too. Like there's certainly now like more traditional country versus like the country rock type thing. I mean, obviously, I guess it depends on the gig, but do you find that like the approach has really changed much? Like, I feel like the country rock thing and like the country pop thing, obviously, like anything, is like genres integrate to appeal to more people and become more of a marketable thing. But like stylistically, do you find that there have been a lot of like changes within that, or do you think a lot of it as like a session musician going in, where it's like you're playing with your more like Métis fiddle type stuff, versus going in and doing like Kendrick K or like any of like the rock country stuff? Like, does your mindset really shift a lot as to how you think you're going to approach the gig based off of like all this? Because like I feel like for a lot of people it's just like, oh, you hear these licks and it has that kind of sound, but what do you think going into that? Like, do you try to approach it from a different mindset, or do you go into it with just kind of the feel that you have for that type of thing?
It's so up and down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's if I'm gonna like just be ready for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's if you're doing session work or playing live.
Yeah.
Just have your board ready for literally anything.
Yeah.
But like if we go even, I don't want to get the timeline wrong, but like when Jason Aldean released like Hicktown or else like She's Country.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
Also, I just saw someone say the Nickelback.
like, wrong pickup. Like,
That's like a
That's heavy,
That's like a
like-
hard rock riff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. And in drop D too. It was even
Nickelback of good.
dude, I will say Dallas has played several shows with Florida Georgia Line, so I've done a bunch of gigs with them, and like
Yeah.
they're the nicest dudes, and their camp is the nicest people ever. Like they're legitimately some of the best people we've ever worked with. So like people can like knock the whole radio country thing, but like they are super legit, and their band is awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's not tough being a country musician.
no, but like
It's like you take a lot. It's like, man, it's
but it's like I feel like as we were saying, it's like there's this new pop country thing, and like to a degree, it is dubbed down to a format that pop listeners will listen to and be able to digest. And like as you're saying, it's that battle of like a lot of the country session dudes are like super serious players, who can just rip. So it's like finding that balance of like this is what the gig requires versus, because I feel like for real musicians, when I say real musicians, it's, you know what I mean, like people who actually play instruments, and not just computers, which is nothing wrong with that either. I love electronic music as well, but
Look at Andy Wood though.
we'll look at Andy and look at those dudes, and like, and this the thing is, like, I feel like country is the genre of music now where these really serious players can actually have sustainable gigs.
Yeah.
Like that's the genre you can do it in. Like rock is not what it was.
You have to adapt.
Yeah, and like country is now what rock was doing for guitar players and stuff like that. So it's for a lot of these really serious players who are players, it's finding that balance of what the gig demands versus what you can do.
I used to be kind of like, I wouldn't say, yeah, that was Animals by Nickelback.
Nice. Dude, can't hate on Nickelback either, man. Like, legit. Dude,
They shred.
side note, I hung out with Chad Kruger like a month ago at
Actually,
a Dallas show. Yeah. And he's like a hilarious dude, man. Like he's just like raging all the time. But yeah, he was like legit, and he like came up and it was like at a charity thing, and someone said they'd make like a big donation if he went up and sang a Nickelback song on acoustic, and he like went up and did it and hung out, and like that was like totally cool, man. Just like a nice dude, and like a great songwriter and musician regardless of your stance on it. Like Nickelback like is a hugely successful rock band. Like you
Formula Man.
Yeah, 100%. They legit had a couple songs though where it was like it's like fucking chugging.
Literally, man, it's like
Are you still in drop D? Yeah.
yeah, like
yeah. I will say, like the right hand, like the country right hand is good for like the.
Oh yeah.
It would be like super heavy. Yeah.
I guess I have a G3 in my arsenal here.
Oh, she's toasty. Give her a rip. I share Avril's taste in guitars. That's awesome. Get that G3 cranking. You can back it off and it sounds pretty good still, like for high gain, like. Yeah. Nice. It's like the kill switch. Oh, dude, I pulled it out.
Oh man.
You ever watch the kill switch Engage DVD? Holy Diver. There's the one part in My Last Serenade, like one of their older songs, where there's the break.
Oh yeah.
But on the live DVD, they do the squeals in between.
Adam D. Yeah. He does that like
they're like watching the video. It's like it's like a pig getting shot in the side with a crossbow. It's like basically what it sounds like. That's awesome. But like, yeah, that picking technique when you're saying like a lot of this. Dude, that's awesome.
Really,
you got the vibrato for it. That's killer. You gotta get more saturation going. How does Alex do it? We do this on every stream. Alex does a pinch harmonic by picking with his middle finger and tap and doing like the tap thing. It's crazy.
What?
I know, it's crazy. Every time we bring it up.
I can't even like think how that works.
No, it's almost if you watch like Andy McKee or those dudes doing like the harp harmonics on acoustic, he kind of does that. But it's like
that's wild, dude.
It's pretty sick. Anyways, I feel what I was getting to with that is I feel like a lot of that like right hand attack actually does translate between that. Like a lot of that, you know, if you're chugging like that type of stuff and you're picking just like, you know, versus, and it's kind of the same thing when you're doing like versus like the attack. That was terrible, but the attack makes such a difference in the tonality. And I feel like with that, like where the tone is very bare, so much of it comes from your initial attack.
It's like, I had the word in my head, like not technique, but it requires like if you're thinking like, hey, I'm gonna play metal, it's like heavy hands, like, well, no, but you're still gonna use like a, you know, there's still how much you're gonna push on it, and that's what it's because I was telling Sam earlier, it's if I'm playing newer country stuff, you can hear my metal roots come out in some of the stuff. And
Totally.
when I was playing with Kendra or like even some of the cover bands, I would throw like pinch harmonics in there.
Totally.
And the band would be like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like,
Savard does that too sometimes because like he's definitely like a rock guy too, and like sometimes he'll be playing stuff with Dallas, and it's like, man, I feel like if you like just hired a session dude and put him on this gig, like it would not sound like this because they're just throwing stuff in there where it's, and you get in your comfort zone too, but like they play it like a rock band, and I feel like a lot of these rock dudes now are in that type of thing, and a lot of these bands like with Dallas at least, like the way they play it live is so much more like a rock and roll show than like a, what you would deem a country show. And I feel like it's bringing back that rock feel, because like it's, you can say what you want, but like country stuff is probably selling more than rock now, and a lot of these like killer players are finding their niche with that. So it's
I know there's there's a style of country that I want to try and touch on in Manitoba, because there is a market for it. Like if you look at like Luke Combs, or
we just did a gig with Luke Combs a few weeks ago actually,
and Hardy. Dallas did a song. Hardy is like,
he's sick,
the king right now, man.
Yeah,
him and Luke. That's my opinion
of songwriting,
and just like the songs they're pushing out.
Hardy is legit.
I did a song with a couple guys. We did it like it was a quarantine jam, and we recorded and we sent files, and I ended up mixing and mastering everything.
Nice, dude.
And there's a song from Hardy. It's He Went to Jared, and it's just like, it's I wouldn't say rap, but it's like it has that rhythmic.
He almost
vocal,
has that hip hop swagger going on,
but it's like his. If I'm a massive Hardy fan, it's like his guitar players are like metal players, man.
Yeah.
And
dude, I just saw like he was hanging out with this guy. The guy's name's John Frank, but he goes under the name Bill Murray. Not Bill Murray like the actor, but it's spelled as one word. And he's like kind of solo prog metal electro guy, and like him and Hardy were chilling and cutting a track. Like he's like into that type of stuff.
He was a big songwriter before he started making a name for himself, like live wise.
Right. And he would write for other people.
Big time.
Kind of like how Black Bear was doing that for like hip hop guys. Like he would write like a
really.
bunch of, Black Bear wrote like a ton of like Bieber hits and like a ton of other stuff and like all that before he was Black Bear. Like he was a writer.
That's crazy.
I don't know if anyone here listens to hip hop at all, but Black Bear is sick. And a good example of that of someone who was a songwriter who went solo. So play more.
So that's that one Hardy song. Should switch my telly, but see, that's Soul Pocket. Yeah, it's like, and then
it's like that slow sway, man. Like
that's what it is. It's very like I hate the word, but like a swaggy kind of like stank face.
But it's like that old swagger where you're just like, play it again.
Let me switch.
Switch back to the old telly, yeah. How do you forget that riff? It's funny because like immediately hearing what you were playing, that's like not how I imagined you playing it, just based off the feel and like the pocket of that, because it's like right, like it's, and that's,
and then
it's literally pentatonic, dude.
Yeah, literally. There you go. You gotta fall in that pocket. If someone would get paid $20 every time we said pocket,
dude, the bridge, I feel like the bridge pickup totally too. Like I'm always with a telly, like someone who goes middle.
Yeah.
I'm like,
did I beat the guys to it?
yeah.
And that's how the chorus.
I feel like there's a lot of inverted power chords too.
the chorus goes.
Instead of going. Really?
Yeah, literally. It goes. That's all like the chorus is.
That's my classic blues. You gotta like bend it. Oh, I can't. So that sounds like garbage. But I heard this one lick once where it's like, and you like switch notes underneath it. Yeah.
It's similar to the one you're doing.
Yeah.
But it's still like this. It's hard to keep your pinky like and not move it.
So you're kind of like bending into a chord. There's so much like independence of like, okay, so this finger's bending, but this is holding in place.
Yes.
And that's what I was saying before about like trying to do that when you have a guitar with a trem where like the strings are just gonna dive on you. Like,
yeah, I can definitely
yeah,
understand that better with that.
Pluck that like button, y'all.
Pluck it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
yeah, that's a technique I like the sound of. It kind of reminds me of pedal steel.
Yeah,
in a way, where I guess it's like you don't know how pedal steel works. It's really friggin' weird. But like where you can hold certain notes and kind of like bend, like slide into other notes, I think is what it's emulating. So the pedal steel, you'll hold it and like literally slide it into another note. So you're kind of emulating that. Like that would be like a slide.
Yeah. And with the pedals, it changes the
yeah. You're getting kind of a cool like pedal steelish type sound there.
Yeah.
Like
I also like to have, if I'm doing like a pedal steel emulation, I like to have a bit more drive.
Yeah.
On top of it.
Oh yeah.
Just
really, that's not what I would expect.
I don't know if it's a personal thing, but it's kind of like definitely like a good amount of delay.
And verby. You were saying before you really like the L cap. Do you find like what type of delay? Like, I do like the tape delay for a lot of things. Do you find that specific sound just works for this better? Like the tape is kind of like the vintage tape.
It's thing. A vintage,
yeah.
Trail to it,
right? Like the way it kind of like has that modulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, if I was gonna switch like a digital delay, do you remember the DL4s?
Yep, totally.
Those were so good.
Totally,
I really enjoyed those.
I had a DD500, which was basically the Boss version of a timeline.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was great. It was like $450.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was so good for that price.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I mean, it's with the L cap, you have that like that flutter, the tape flutter.
Right.
And obviously, you have tape age on there. It's fantastic, and all your tape heads are on there. But I would never take that off.
Have you seen the Volante?
I have not.
We have one here.
Really?
It's not hooked up right now, but it actually does, like, the way that it's laid out is like each of the buttons emulates a different tape head.
Really?
And like the way they stack together is like meant to work how an actual tape machine would like correspond with. It's really weird. Like Derek and I were trying to do it, and it was like, man, this is like. I get the concept of what it is with the tape heads and everything, but like next time I'll bring it over to the shop and you can try it out. But yeah, that's what it does is it goes to actually emulate an analog like tape head.
That'd be interesting.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
It's like a big version of that, basically.
I'd be so down to try that.
I love that pedal, dude. Yeah, DL4 is great. Oh wait, was the DL4 the Line 6?
Yeah,
the green one. Shit, sorry, I was thinking. Yeah, that was one that every math rock shoegaze band had. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, I remember seeing that here, Derek. It couldn't have been that long ago. Like, I don't know if it was when I worked here, but I definitely remember seeing the DL4. Okay, crazy. Yeah, that was like way ahead, and they had like the purple one, which was like all the choruses and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting.
They had a good line.
They were ahead on that too, for sure. I think in terms of like well, even the pod. You know, people can shit all over the pod now, but
that red, the red beam,
dude, that was so far ahead of its time. Like having something like that in like 2004.
Yeah, I seen a guy. He actually did a video like now.
Yeah,
with the red bean pod, and he tuned it in like, and it sounded super good. The way
Yeah.
he tuned it in.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
from what it, like, was it 2004? Ish?
I don't know the actual year, but like I know like the early Periphery demos like must have been 2000. I remember discovering Periphery on MySpace in like 2007. So that was all Pod XT. So I'd imagine 2005, 6, 7.
Roughly around there.
Yeah, totally. It grew legs as things seem to grow legs around here. Yeah, no, I remember seeing that. I don't know how long ago it was, but the DL4 was like way ahead. But yeah, sorry, the pedal steel thing. Like, I feel like using. Do you find that you ever have to actually, like, not a lot of gigs are going to have pedal steel guys, and I find a lot of the times when I'm told to learn songs, it's like emulate this, and it's like a pedal steel. How do you kind of approach that?
If I have a chance to use it anywhere, like in a different genre or just as a volume swell,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it.
Totally.
Like it's
Yeah, it's a cool sound.
It's like, hey, you're playing country from the '60s. You can only play it there. It's like, no, man, you can literally play it anywhere. Like,
Yeah. And you said you like a little bit of drive in front of it,
yeah, that was the clean version of it. I just feel it doesn't last as long.
right?
With the drive, it sustains a bit longer, so you get a bit more life out of it.
Oh, I got way too many. Oh, I got the wrong delay. It's doing the reverse delay. Sorry.
So it's a lot of control with your foot as well, on how you want to. Oh, that sounds nice, man.
See how it goes. Yeah,
It's like the pullback on it.
and it's weird too because you kind of can't really hear the pre-bend. Anthony, maybe it's hanging out with the remote, the DL4. That's awesome. Sorry, I just saw that. Like I can't hear that until I hit the volume pedal, right? So like you almost,
Yep.
unless you're really comfortable with how your guitar feels, there's not like as much of a point of reference until that fades in.
Like I'll even do like a single note. Yeah, literally.
I feel like the major. Oh no, that's not the note I wanted to do. Yeah. I feel like the slides are really what's hard to emulate.
I want to almost describe it as like a direction. There's like a direction in how, how much I'm pushing up and then coming back down, or how fast I'm coming back down.
Right.
If I take the delay off, kind of like. Or
Yeah. So much of it is like
what I mean?
in the bends and slides, like being able to control that, like that type of expression.
more of a calm.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally different.
Kind of thing. So
Yeah.
and here's another $20 to someone for saying pocket again.
Yeah. Well, it is like it's all about
It's so
control.
pocket, man.
It's well, like other genres of music, like I feel like I've come to appreciate the fact that most music requires like restraint, and it's not just all about like playing quick, but definitely that type of stuff versus other things. It's really about not overplaying and finding your pocket. But within the rest of the band though, and that's the thing, is like that's why I think a lot of like session country players are so great, is because they're able to come into these settings and kind of fall into that.
They just know where to sit.
Yeah, whereas like even with a band like Intervals, like I'm sure with like I will say, like Nathan, our drummer, does a lot of freelance stuff and kind of can fall into that type of feeling no matter what. But like for a lot of us, that's not really how we would think to play. And like playing the Intervals set, where it's like, yeah, it's very technical, but it's the same thing to a click played the same way every night without really any of that space. And I think that it's very different in that regard. Like even if you're playing the same set, like a lot of it's just going to require you guys to all be in sync and allow that space to make those things shine through more.
Yep.
So it's all about that.
And chemistry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you need to know what that
A lot of like
your
traditional band leading, where you're kind of just calling as you go and
Yeah.
like kind of falling into that.
You got to be one step ahead. Like you got to know, like if we're playing together, if we had chemistry, I know what you're gonna do next.
Right.
So
And you
then
know how to anticipate
you
that
complement it, right?
feel and like that push and like
even without looking at each other. I mean,
Yeah.
that's where it comes from. But
and I guess like where a lot of guys playing, like a lot of like legit session dudes are playing in this style of music, so it might change who you're playing with more frequently than us playing the same set every night with the same 4 dudes.
Yeah.
So it's kind of finding that and like being perceptive to that is like part of the style of playing, like being able to pick up on that type of stuff. And
it's I guess on the spot. A lot of like it depends though. Like,
totally.
if you're at a jam or like if you're like an open mic, I guess, type thing or whatever, or you're filling in, it's a lot of like on the spot kind of pick up.
Totally.
And,
like what's the feel here? What's the vibe? And
you got to be ahead.
Yeah.
ahead of the game.
And knowing like your chord structures too. Like if someone says, okay, we're playing like a 1-5-9 in this key, you have to know that.
What?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, so the first fret and the what?
The Nashville
It's
number
like,
system, man.
No,
It's,
exactly. Like and that too. Like I was sitting down with Darren and getting him to like show, just because I understand it for sure, but I'm just not used to play. It's like kind of you're saying the country chord, kind of like the cage system or like any of that type of stuff. It's like I just not familiar with. It's very different. So it's been really enlightening sitting and doing this, man. Like hearing you play this stuff is really, really cool. It's very different.
It's
like,
wicked to hear you get these licks pretty quick, man.
Try to attempt it, but it's the feel, man. And like you've developed that over time, and like I will always say, like to students too, and it's the hardest thing too when you're trying to teach someone to play in time, because like you can't really explain it. Like it's like you can, like if I say, okay, these are the chords, these are the notes in this chord, you can look at that and visualize it. And it's like these are all the notes I'm going to play with in this. Whereas like finding that rhythmic feel is not something where it's like, no, just play it like this and leave this amount of space. It's like you can't just tell someone how to do that. You have to develop that feel. You can tell someone the notes in a chord, you can tell someone the notes in a scale, but you can't really tell someone how to feel something. And so much of that feel comes from just your experience in that, and hearing you play it. Like, I mean, I picked them up pretty quick, but like hearing you play it versus hearing me pick it up and play it is very different. You can hear the experience in that feel. Yeah. Which is a lot of it. You really just have to develop that. So, yeah. My guitar is so hard, bends are a nightmare. Strength of 3-tone bends. Get you a full tone bend. Maybe try some lighter strings. Yeah. Might be helpful. Like I'm definitely an advocate for like heavier strings, especially with this type of stuff where a lot of it, like I'd probably want to play at least 11s. What do you have on that?
10 to 46.
Oh, you do? Really? Yeah. I wouldn't have guessed that from the pick attack. Different players, I guess. Like I'm very heavy handed, so I feel like I would just like.
I find with like I use the NYXL. I've been using them for years.
Man. I love them, man. Since they came out, I know a couple people like don't like them because they're like very hi-fi, but like I love that mid-range clackiness. Like,
and they last for like.
So, dude, you can't deny that they last longer. Like they do.
I mean, when I was playing often, I was changing them like every 2 shows anyway. Yeah. But that got expensive.
Yeah, especially now that they're like friggin' $18 a pack.
$18, yeah. But I just the longevity of them and just like the bite that they gave off in those certain frequencies that you actually needed. Yeah. It was so nice. And
it's funny because that's why Darren didn't like them, because he's like, oh no, the regular nickel's more balanced for me.
He uses the regular nickels?
Yeah, he won't use NYXLs. I tried putting them on a couple of his guitars and like not telling him just to see if I could get them to like him, and he's like, man, no, like this is like it's too bright. Really? Like he almost likes it to sit under. Which is, what, different players, man. Like, I guess if you like more of that balance, then great. But I personally like that mid-range like twanginess. Like for, I guess I'm on the telly right now, but let's grab the Strat real quick before we get rid of all that. Like that type of thing. Like there's so much mid-range attack. And that in itself is kind of like the main characteristic of that sound. Like it just, and I think the NYXLs really excel at that. Yeah. The nickels are definitely a lot more rounded.
It's throaty.
Yes.
I hate the term throaty, but it's
no. It's throaty, clacky, like any of that stuff. Yeah. Black, can you play Freebird?
Man.
For 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah. I think we made that joke in the last couple. It's like, it's literally, I just remember that.
Literally,
like
a
that
double stop lick.
that one lick. Yeah, exactly. I saw Skinner live though, and it was hilarious. Like they're all just like raging out. Like
We're also talking about Tuesday's Gone too at the shop. How is that? Oh, I'm still in drop D.
oh no.
Fail of the year right there.
No.
Fired. There's your Slinard.
Slinard. Slinard. Skinner.
Slinard Kinner. Something like that.
It's all about the bends. Cool, man. Well, we're starting to get to that point where we're getting to that point. Is there anything else you want to show me? Is there anything else you want to jam? Is there anything else that you guys want to hear or any questions you have for Brad? Thanks for doing this, man. Like it's nice to have you at the shop now, so we can just cherry pick you when we need to actually learn something.
I mean, I was coming around often enough anyway, so I thought I'd just come work with you guys.
Yeah, you might as well get paid to be here. Robbie, no, I'm not on Aaron's upcoming tour. Travis Lavrier is doing it, and he's going to kill it. But they will have a full rev backline, so you can go scope that out.
Oh, nice.
Built him a bunch of vertical 212s in Western Black to match Aaron's 120. But yeah, no, I'm not. But go check out Travis. He's absolutely killer. He used to play in Scale the Summit and Entheos, and he did a couple tours with intervals that I was not able to do. And with intervals, we kind of have just made it a thing where whoever does the last tour gets dibs on the next tour, because it's Travis or myself or Thomas Griggs, all of who are still involved with it. You know, I think that's kind of the beauty of it is we all have stuff going on, and it just kind of works out whoever can do it. So yeah, really enjoyed this one, guys. Oh, thanks, man. Different styles every now and then. Totally, yeah, dude. Thank you for again. It's really refreshing. Like Derek and I have gotten into the flow of doing this together where I feel like we know each other's playing very well by now. And yeah, to really hear something like definitely different and like that I don't know anything about.
Man, this was like so fun. I was actually so nervous.
Yeah,
for this.
I feel like everyone is, and then you sit here and you realize that I'm an idiot. And if you sit here, it's like Derek likes to be an idiot too, and we're just having a good time. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about, man.
We just want to. We have we're really lucky in Winnipeg and within Rev to have a lot of really different musicians, whether it's you or Bo or Scott or Derek or whoever's here. Like everyone has their own style, and you know, I really feel like you can learn something from everyone. Like we obviously are very different stylistically, but even within the same styles, I feel like you really can learn something from everyone. So we're really lucky to have so many great players.
That's the beauty of music, so man. It's awesome. Not to sound cheesy.
No, it's not. Everyone's
music, man. We love each other.
Music, man. JP 13, 7th string. I guess just tuning in. Oh, what's up, Cliff? Oh, dude, we're just getting ready to head out of here, but it's great to see you checking in, man. Yeah, we Brad taught me some country licks, and I still aren't good at English either. But I'm still not good. I'm still not great at them, but I'm getting there. So. Yeah. Blast is always wise, hearing a totally different genre of focus is cool. Yeah, if you guys have anything that you'd want to hear too, let us know. Like we're certainly always open to trying different stuff on this, and we want to get as much in here for every type of player as possible. So yeah.
I do have one more lick for you if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's end it off on that, and then let's have a little jam, and then,
yeah,
we're good. What's the lick?
Okay.
Can I do it on this guitar?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Okay, let's do it.
So, there's an old classic country singer, one of my favorites, Merle Haggard.
Oh, it's, totally. Yeah.
Comes from, not Mama Tried, Working Man Blues.
Yep.
So it's...
oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's kind of in that realm. Yeah.
But it's like...
You almost got a halftime...
Oh I'm almost doing like a disco song. It's like a different feel. Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing.
So.
Ooh, what was that? I love like the little minor seconds in there, like the little dissonance. Yeah.
It's funny. If you ask some of the guys I played with, like that's one of my like signature, like the. Dude, yeah, you nailed it.
And I didn't,
but this is the lick here. So. Yeah. So.
What? What's the last part after that? Oh. Oh, dude, I can't even get it. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, and then. You're gonna start on the E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's all the dissonance.
Yeah.
I can't do all that. It's so sick. Do it again. That's sick.
That's a pass. That's a pass for me, man.
It's all about like.
Literally, yeah.
Or even doing like.
Yeah. Like all opens too.
Yeah. Sweet.
Almost like a B bender type.
Oh.
There it is.
There it is.
Nice.
Yeah, frick. Cool. Well, I learned how to play like a real musician tonight. That's awesome. Permanent Caraca, like Blue Merle. Nice. Thanks, man. That's cool.
Dude.
Like, hell yeah, this is awesome. It's so refreshing to like play less notes and have it kick my ass. Like, it's like.
But if we reverse that though, I'd be in your spot.
Like, you know what, dude? Maybe we'll do one sometime where I can teach Brad like some stupid tapping technique that he'll never make a cent off. You know? Exactly.
Bragging rights, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Watch this.
Yeah. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, let's have a little jam here, and I think we're gonna sign off for the night. Thanks a lot for tuning in, dude. Thank you for bestowing your knowledge on us, and we'll love to have you back. Whether it be me trying to teach you how to not make money playing guitar, or you teaching me more licks. It's been a lot of fun. So
It's been so fun, dude.
yeah,
Like,
dude. Yeah,
The nerves came off.
yeah.
away.
As soon as you get going and crack one, you're good. But
Yeah.
it's all good. Okay,
It's a twang thing.
it's a twang thing. Twang
Just
thing.
also, we are again on the D20s.
Yeah, D20's like perfect, like the clean platform, like compressor, like literally.
So it's literally a do-all
Yeah.
thing, man. Like,
Yep. Having a clean platform for that type of tone and like just a little bit of edge where you can stack on it. Like,
yeah, like
Yeah.
you can get the twang, like literally everything. These things, like it's insane. So,
without having to really tweak anything.
No.
Like we literally just turned it on and you're good to go.
Like,
and
if
that's
I-
what I love about it. It's as simple as you want it to be.
shut the compressor off. Like you're still gonna. Oh, I guess I need it.
Oh, I guess you need it. Really?
Oh no, there we go. That's without it. So you're still getting that.
Yeah, the amp just has that push.
Yeah.
Like,
So
oh, I just lost an ears. I think my pack just died, boys. I can't hear anything. My ears just totally died.
really,
Yep. My battery's dead. Oh, we're good. We're all good. I can go with that. Okay, let's do a jam here. I'm gonna jam with you without my pack, and let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I can't hear anything. Where can I demo a Rev Generator 120 in the Houston area? Guitar Center. Is Guitar Center doing Pro Series? Yeah, Guitar Center is going to be doing some Pro Series stuff. We do have a dealer locator on our website. If you just go to the RevAmps website /dealers, you'll be able to search in your area. We certainly do have product in the Houston area that you're able to try out. So, yeah, maybe. Guitar Center will have it at some point. Call them and bother them until it's there. Yeah.
Tone shop in Dallas area.
Okay, we do have it at Tone Shop in Dallas. If you want to drive to Dallas, you can do that. So.
Nice.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys.
So we're gonna go. Not gonna lie, this is a rip from Boot Scoot and Boogie, but it's a good.
I was
little-
gonna say it's like Boot Scoot and Booty with a triplet in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Take it for rip.
All I can hear is you guys friggin' yelling. All right, boys. Have a great night, everyone. Oh, the camera's flaring. Okay, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll be back next week. Might not be as educational as this, but it'll be a fun time. So make sure you tune in. See you later.
Yeah!